Yoda.
This is just the dawn of most triumphant times.
Jedi.
The ages of the dark and duality are almost over.
Yo, walk the path with wooden staff to serve the mass beyond the mask. As an open heart on Prime's behalf. Life ain't never been about right or wrong. Embrace the right to write your song. Yeah. In the building, steady building for the children since beginning. They ain't even tripping, yo. Built the building that we in. They wanna see heaven again. And again, and again, and again, relaxing here in the lotus, rolling, focus, solar roses, potent, basking deep in the dopest, garden, sparking, divine doctrine from the depths of the unconscious, lockers, cosmic rocket, cosmonautic ill, melodics, watch it, check it, moving bigger through the heavens, what is this, holographic on this roller coaster floor, and on emotions we should stop here, unlock feel like a rocketeer, tearing through the clouds into the clear, birds eyes if I'm up high, the labyrinth be by design, yeah, unify, we can ride, y'all. Bringers of the dawn day, dust off the dusk when I bust, cause I'm star seed, activating pyramid grids with my star fleet. It's all of me, baby, holy moly, and now that I can see, I'm seeing my total feathers flying in synchronicity. Rolling graffiti, Nefertiti, see me on choppers free, carbon crystals on my mission, carbon in the crystalline, cooler, and I'm cooler, Houdini, BGN. Yo, great patches past gold sculptures on blue, rapping so hypnotic like the red planets of a pendulum. Crystal City, so dirt clean, looking just like it be crumbling. Hey! Yeah, in the building, steady building for the children since beginning. They ain't even tripping, yo. Yeah, built the building that we in. Come on, baby! I wanna see him again. Yeah. Live from the ground, 144,000, 6 million, 2,050,000 throughout your atmosphere. Got this whole sector on quarantine, on 4 ascension.
We are your ascended masters.
This is your liberation. Ground crew report in.
So, the initial first fundings are in place. The world needs to be returned to true value and to a global gold standard. The West, through the International Monetary Fund, IMF, had set up a loan system that immediately mired each new nation within a cycle of permanent debt, abetted by a government system that encouraged bribery and corruption. This forged an oppressive reality of haves and have-nots. In this precious metal-backed world and with new banking rules, the old world of poverty and unrealized dreams is finally eliminated. These financial instruments permit Misera to be born and allow for the final collapse of the illegal American government. This Loan Act allows for a rigged election and an unbelievable amount of skullduggery to be addressed and done away with. It permits, as well, a grand prosperity to shower down on the peoples of this surface realm. War, hatred, and competition were encouraged among the nations of this world. It is the plan of the ascended masters in us to form a land that can allow the untapped genius of the world's peoples to emerge. This can only lead to the realm long envisioned by you. Each galaxy is a living entity whose birth signaled a special ceremony by heaven. This was the case 14 billion years ago, when Lord Michael expressed a history for this newly spiraling star system. We in the Galactic Federation welcome these alterations, as they allow us to create a union of all beings in this galaxy. This special union is to permit us to join with others of the light in the thousands of nearby star systems who are our immediate neighbors, to form an endless circle of grace-filled friends. Each is to provide their unique divine service for the light. You are very shortly to join in this special quest to reunite all in this ever-growing union of the light. We rejoice in what the divine has decreed for us. You are about to see miracles that transform this solar system and permit you to discover amazing things about yourselves and your many ancestors. Today we continue to inform you of what is about to appear. The long night of darkness is poised to end. You are to discover a time of dawn as the light starts to become your new reality. Long live this new age. No, dear ones, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are indeed yours. So be it. Salamat Gajan. Salamat Jah. Syrian for be one, and be enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so very much for joining us. Welcome to another Let's Build. Today's discussion, a beautiful discussion indeed, in being that which connects the many values across the spectrum of that which is grounding, of course, in who we are, the angelic grounds of the Galactic Federation of Light, of course, of the Galactic Council. Who am I as your commander, Ashtar? Welcome you all indeed. Once again, you could be anywhere, but you are here in the present moment and being the most important reality there is, the only true reality there is, and we truly, truly welcome you and are most honored for your presence and the work that you're doing here on the surface of planet Earth. Once again, I'd like to thank humbly Soulology One Studios and Todd Medina for hosting our Let's Build today. Of course, as the new engineer in charge. Thank you once again, Mel, Melissa, for holding us down with a lot of our media, some of the information exchange, of course, putting together our playlists and handling a lot of our administration on the back end side of things, which brings us here today and you all in your presence. And once again, we truly appreciate you being here. Big birthday shout out, of course, to Cassandra Dennis, who celebrated her birthday a couple of days ago. And of course, today, Jamie Williams, for celebrating your birthday. Once again, thank you so very much, Divine, for being here. We love you as always. And anyone that I've missed, of course, your celebration of the rotation around the sun is always appreciated, as always, and being here on planet Earth. We love you. And once again, this is beyond your level of present comprehension. So, as always, prior to our talk today, our discussion being on humility, we are going to ground ourselves and releasing a lot of the energy that has come heretofore, allowing our physical reality and circumference at present to be as is, taking a moment to steal the body and allow ourselves to ground and connect with the heart space. The disclaimer remains that this information being provided here sonically through this physical representation of who we are as a collective only represents 20% of that which is being communicated with you via these opportunities for us to share and connect, of course, as one source, all coming from the heart space. That this is never from a place of teacher-student connection. However, that of one source and all information coming from the one heart space that we share. And with that being said, the 60-second meditation is what we are here to do at present, which is going to allow us to engage with you on a deep, deep level and allowing the information that is being transmitted here through us to be processed much more potently. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, still yourself, relax the physical body, and allow yourself to be present in this now moment, which is truly a blessing. 60 seconds. Gently allow yourself to sense your extremities, your legs, your arms, beginning to wiggle your toes and your fingers, your digits, allowing your lungs to return to their normal capacity of intake. Begin to open your eyes. I exist, therefore I am blessed. The mantra of this now moment, and realizing who we are as one source within the fabric of who we are and who I am as the one. Humility, the contextual definition being characterized by the ability or the beingness, that of being humble or humbleness, a character of behavior. A synonym to humility would be modesty, or, and of course, egolessness. Of course, the foundational word is humble, which has a rather paradoxical contextual definition, if you will, which is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance. Based on the distortions of the paradigms of our upbringing, usually religious in nature, this would feel accurate contextually. However, as awakens, even more awakened to the holographic nature of this experience here on planet Earth, we recognize an even deeper truth. You are God. Could possibly be the most controversial 3 words a soul can speak within this construct, within the structure of existence, within this dimension. I go back to the definition of the contextual definition of the word humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance. As source, as the foundation, the importance is beyond comprehension. So, in recognizing who we are as source, one with all of the scientific references of understanding of this reality, one would say, impossible. Me, in this little significant planet on the outskirts of this one galactic arm, which is in actuality 30,000 light years from the center of this galaxy. And this galaxy being a home of over 1 billion stars. This universe being home to over 1 billion galaxies, and being but one of an infinite array, a number of universes within the multiverse. Sir, I am not the lead of this cosmic orchestration. And humbly, no pun intended, we would reply, we are not here to tell you what is. We are here but an example of what you are to realize as you evolve as a free will choice. As you evolve as a free will choice. This will sound different to all of you. I'm going to speed up, so bear with me. You are source. You are the one. You are the center and foundation of the multiverse itself. Well, this is a hologram. There is a tendency to feel that we are speaking of the same pride, which is self-absorbed. The same ignorance that feels that we as a planet, humanity, Earth, is the center of the multiverse. This is that pride. This is not that what we speak of. The same pride that says who we are as a sentient species is the only of intelligent beingness, the most evolved in presence. Humanity, this is that pride. And of course, this is but narcissistic folly. The paradox is this. There are many on many levels. However, there is only one in truth. Humility is an elusive virtue. It's embraced through gratitude, the ability to wonder and reverence at all that is, and seeing everything and recognizing that it just seems so big. It's so much. It's all beautiful. It's all life. There is so much that I recognize through the senses. As you realize who you are, you recognize who everyone else is too. In school, they used to say things like, oh, you think you all that. And I think to myself, you may have a point. All that is, I am. I feel something. I feel a truth or underlying truth to that statement. I love my sisters. I love my brothers. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my friends. The more compassion, empathy, forgiveness, acceptance that I have for myself, the more of these same frequencies I have to share with them, because I love them. Humility is like the adhesive that keeps all of the values together, all of the values that surround what we talk about when it comes to grounding, all of this that surrounds the nature of spiritual maturity. Humility is the adhesive, the difference between red and yellow in the rainbow spectrum, in the colors of a rainbow. There's a gentle fade. There is no distinct separation between the two colors. It's elusive. It is the virtue which holds all of the principles together. Now, do I love myself and the physical vehicle, the physical instrument that I'm experiencing in this dimension? Yes, of course I do. There is a level of selfishness that's necessary on this path of realization. Not the distorted version of selfishness that we place on the word within its context, the connotations that come with what we may describe or term as selfishness. What we speak about is, and of course, in this context, selfishness is surrounded by a sense of cold ruthlessness. This is not what we speak of. However, we do speak of that selfishness that has its foundation and base in self-love and respect and honor of one's presence. Now, when we look at the word pride, and we recognize that pride takes up room in the heart, and it continues to occupy space until eventually we set ourselves up for healing paths that contain upheavals, embarrassment, tripping over ourselves, that pride that may take up so much room within our heart space, that takes up a certain amount of room and not allowing for the openness of humility to flourish. The minute you think you got it, you lose it. That's how humility works. Once again, the minute you think you got it, you lose it. My responsibility as God is in serving and focusing, knowing that I'm being taken care of. My focus as the source and recognizing who I am as responsible for this experience is in recognizing and knowing that I'm taken care of. I serve everyone. Everybody gets a plate. And oftentimes I hold myself responsible for putting those plates together. Everybody eats, and then I sit down. This is just an aspect of who I am as God and recognizing who I am as source. Oftentimes when I take a plane ride from Germany to America, it's a long plane ride from here to New York or from here to Atlanta, sometimes anywhere between 7, 8 to sometimes even 10 to 12 hours. And when we land, everybody wants to get off the plane. It's uncomfortable sitting in one seat and working with that small amount of space. Everyone wants to get off. And of course, those in first class who can afford that flight or that seat, they get off first. However, when we land, I remain seated. I allow everyone else to get off first. I'm not in a rush. And my intent is to be of service and humble gratitude that I have the ability to fly a plane and to go here and there in such technology. I accept. I work on myself and being open every day to that which I intend, to do more, to listen more. It all starts with me, but it doesn't end there. As I serve, I celebrate. I celebrate reflections. Look at how beautiful they are. Look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful this day is. I cherish, I celebrate reflection, all reflections, all that is. Yes, I am all of that and this, and recognizing who I am. It all starts with me, but it doesn't end there. Nobody owes me anything. I'm taken care of. And in certain situations, many situations, I am vulnerable. Vulnerability leads to honesty. Vulnerability, honesty leads to truth, the truth of peace. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not about unhealthy self-sacrifice. At what cost do I serve? At what cost do I serve? Once again, this is not about unhealthy self-sacrifice. At what cost do I serve? Do I strip myself of personal responsibility? No. The kids, dinner, I have to buy it, I have to cook it. Some have to go to school. I have to go to school. There's bills to be paid. Have to take care of my personal hygiene. Do I strip myself of personal responsibility? No. Once again, this is not about unhealthy self-sacrifice. I serve. However, once again, the foundation of that remains in self-love. Am I open to be assisted by others? Yes, of course. Some aspect of humility. These are but reflections of self. This is my design. All who come into my life are there for a specific purpose, not only to serve me, but also me serve them. Of course, the latter being my service and allowing their service to be but a reflection of the service that I am willing every day to present, to invest in. If I'm not in a space of internal peace and love, how can I share this with others? This is where self-love comes in and being the foundation of all the love that we have to share. The advice given to many in this dimension, within this framework, the advice that struck a chord with me the most throughout my expansion, if you will, was the phrase, just be yourself. Now, this corn phrase, as I evolve and expand in awareness, this corn phrase can be unwise to superficial ears. Just as if that is it. Just be yourself, as if it's all about me. That's it. As we evolve, we recognize and begin to dissolve the just, and it becomes be yourself. And then it becomes support yourself, inspire yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, know yourself, and most importantly, if not the last thing, know that you are the other. This is what happens as we evolve. I'll say a couple more things before we end this. Before fancy medical tools, the physician used to make house calls. And usually in a little black leather satchel that the practitioner showed up to your house with. It contained rather simple items. Once again, before all the fancy medical tools, that black satchel was the toolbox of the physician, of the healer, if you will. The number one tool, the most important tool that practitioner had in that bag was not necessarily the tangible items, but the number one tool was the ability to listen from an openly empathetic place of compassion. That openness to the story, the ability to listen, the sharing of that particular frequency from the practitioner to the patient, if you will, not from a place of victimization, but the physician recognizing that the patient, if you will, was in a position to heal themselves. However, of course, one's ability to listen and accept and honor the person's presence from a place of empathy is probably more potent than any opiate or placebo that could be administered. This is where being present comes in, because being present allows you to be open and most effective in all that you do energetically. This will be the last thing. Humility is looked at as this passive spirituality. And being about receiving and being open and witnessing alone. Now, we have to recognize, as we evolve, once again, we start to recognize certain things. I start to recognize things. The heart fills with blood. Before it circulates the body in order for action to take place. The heart opens itself to the filling of blood before it pushes the blood out to circulate the rest of the body, which allows action. Now, the lungs operate within the same function. They open, allowing the oxygen to enter into the lungs, which of course allows the oxygenation of the blood present to be circulated without the body or throughout the body, and of course allowing the voice to speak, creativity, the projection, the information, speech. It is the space between the inhale and the exhale, the silence between the heartbeats, which represents this centered space of humility. Inhale gratitude, exhale creativity. It is this space in between those functions that represents humility, this openness. And from this space, of course, there is the ability to remain intellectually direct, confident, and of course, proactive. And all that is our creation. It is the center. It is the foundation of creation. The adhesive that combines all of the values that we speak of when it comes to grounding and manifesting heaven on earth, which we are here to do. So yes, you are everything. You are God. Humility is not about assuming that you have a lower value or estimating yourself to be of no importance. This is to the contrary. Humility It's about recognizing that you are important, and every other life that you witness is but a reflection of you with equal importance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a talk on humility. We appreciate you being here and sharing a space of humble openness with us and who we are of the angelic realms of the Galactic Council of the Galactic Federation of Light, and who I am as your commander, Ashtar. Of course, once again, I love you. Thank you for being here. You are honored amongst the heavens for being here on planet Earth and sharing your gifts, sharing your presence, sharing your energy, and all that you do in this now moment. Thank you so very much for being here. It's on you, T.
I got you, bro. I got you. Little
Yes,
Universal
sir.
Brothers, let it play.
Yes, sir.
Still here. Just one step at a time, G. That's it. Gratitude. Being able to see it through. Smelling the night here. I don't know where you at. We working over here. Hey, Scott, welcome on down. Fly ambient grooves. That's how we do. It's always in a quiet place. I'm on the exorcist rejection. It's a pleasure to experience the breath of whatever it is. It's really funny how what it gets. Tis the strength of trust and such, and having the guts to jump amongst the midst of this. I sit
It's always in a quiet.
to see if I could be one bit. Always more loving, I deserve this. Skip the disclaimer statements, laying bricks. Yellow roll, rare slippery kicks. I'm slick and step. Quick to represent the heart, don't need no evidence. Heaven sent glyphs, I stand in confidence. I could complain forever if the love alone let's take it easy, but take it one day at a time. Out the matrix, I need some Reiki, maybe. Laser killing me figurative and literal, I don't pity, yo. I push it through rays deep in the jungle, it's Lions Club, yo. We keep it cool, dudes with energetic muscle buku. Might boohoo a bit, but then warp on them Sulu. Pilot talk, mothership, bridge couch. Interior decor, make designers say, ouch. We out, yo. Just continue to let go. Yeah. Keep your dreams near though. Huh? Check 'em. Wearing tinges on my sleeve like I'm out here trying to show my peeps what I came to earth for. Sprinkles on dessert flows, I got more where that came from. The same songs, the sun, waiting for his day to come. The light was burned by writing them. Drink a dream and clear your room. Remember this round 86, jumping on my bunk bed. NASA visions in my head of hyperspace, a super place where family ate, enjoying all creation. Embrace each other, oh so different. Pimpin', yeah, let it go. Like a warfare, but keep your dreams near. Yeah, love. Joe, let it go. Let go of fear, but keep your dreams near. Yeah, hey, intergalactic, huh? Steady, stellar. You dig? Let the sunset. Hey. Let the groove play.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us here for the Let's Build. Of course, today's topic today is humility. And let's see. Once again, to get a hold of the group page so I can access your comments. We don't have anyone live here at the Raw. However, we'll probably have once again, we'll probably just have a short discussion if you don't mind, Todd.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And if you can get somebody we can also bring people in. So
okay,
if one of the guys from their location or Melissa or anybody, you can bring them in. I'll just send them the link.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I'm with you.
I'm up
for
send Mel on mine.
Send Mel the link.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got you.
All righty. So 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us. We normally dedicate this section of our Let's Build to our open forum where we discuss the nature of our topic and share a couple stories here live at the Raw. However, I'm here dolo today. Of course, Todd is with me. We're attempting to bring Mel in. And for the most part, my intentions is to allow us to basically share a couple stories of days that humble days to reflect on. That is the nature of our in-house discussion today. So once again, it's more so about us sharing some of our experiences where we've experienced days that have brought about experiences where we've had to recognize a sense of deep humility and how we felt, or what felt, or what was felt when we recognized and reflected upon the experience, if you will. All righty.
Ready when you
All
are.
right. Yeah, man. You can go first if you like, man.
Okay. Humility. Make sure I get the sound right. I sent that over to her, so I gave her the directions. Cool. So see what happens. All right. So humility. When's the last time I got a good dose of that? Let's see. Well, you said something in the show that was fantastic, though. You said when you think you got it, it's when you don't. When you something like that. So, yeah, this whole trip's been full of humility. I'm trying to think of the last good lesson I got. Let's see. Well, I think it comes in two ways. One, It comes when you get a little full of yourself, because we do get these powerful energies coming down, powerful, wider awareness, and it's powerful. You know, I mean, you start, and it may not be a long time thing, but you're like, hey, man, I got this. Well, there you go. Every time you got it, every time you got it, you're going to get it when you think you got it. Yeah. So, but also humility comes when, you know, like I had one recently. Okay. So well, I was telling you about it, you know, I mean, I'm working hard. You know, my lady says, hey, sit down on the couch. I got something to tell you. And she says, hey, did you know it's 7 years anniversary today with Sology since you started this thing from the streets? And I'm like, oh, wow. And so I was sitting there with it, and I just started getting these tears. That was humility. That was like gratitude. It was like, wow. It was like, whoa. And then I started having all these flashbacks walking the streets and remembering that I was keep walking. I don't even know why I'm walking. I just know I'm walking for the truth, and I don't even know. Everything's taken away, and you just keep going. And I remembered that stuff, and it was very humbling, very, very humbling. And then today, actually, I spent about an hour and a half. I changed my bank card. We're starting to get a little bit of coin in, not too much, but you know, when you didn't have anything, something's better than, or something's more than what you had if you didn't have anything. Yeah. So I got this bank card so we could get some equipment, and so they, you know, there was the, you know, whatever you want to call it, the system, you know, kicked me out. So I'm talking to PayPal, I'm talking to my bank an hour and a half later, and I start reverting back to the patterns and behaviors that got us to the point before we awakened. And so I started getting upset, which I don't get too upset very often. I start getting upset. I start spitting fire, you know. I had the wherewithal to get off the phone and go outside, turn on some Jay Dilla, put it in my ears, get the mudra out, put it in my heart, and just stand there under these big, beautiful trees in New Jersey and this big, beautiful sky, you know, on this hill my friend lives on, and just stand there and just got a dose of, you know, brought myself back, and then realized what like what you said at the beginning of the show, you know, what an honor it is to be here, representing the universe. And, you know, you can have a little bit of, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You know, we came here, we were chosen as much as we earned it. This is the A team. And, you know, I look around at my brothers and sisters. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm with you. I'm here, looking at the universe, saying, I'm here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll leave all that behind. I get my hands on the money another 2-3 days. We can wait another 2-3 days for microphone, for whatever we need. And so, it was humbling. It was a humbling. It grounded me. And to be able just to reach that point and have that thought process, to be able to bring yourself back to a point of balance and step back into the peace and the love, you know, that was very humbling for me. That happened today. So yeah, that was a good one. I'm going to send her instructions. She's asking me. You're up.
No problem. Yeah, mine's well, I've had quite a few doses. Wow. Whew. Quite often. And I'll share this one only because it was so powerful. I mean, I could mention a bunch of things, especially when it comes to money. Wow. Money, well, it'll ground you. That's for sure. This one had to do with my health when I was a couple of years ago when I was staying out in Los Angeles and Hollywood. My girlfriend at the time, I would for the most part, she know how well invested I was into the work, the healing work that I was doing, or that I'm doing, and the music and all of the stuff that's taking place every day, and how focused I was. And a lot of that focus, not even a lot of the focus, but I had a certain level of resentment towards conventional medicine, only because when I was in the military, I worked as a doctor's assistant, and dibbling and dabbling in that particular profession, I saw a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, with placebos and, the dirty medicine and references and politics and so forth. So I kind of had this sense of resentment towards that arena. I experienced a lot of physical pain during that time, like on and off. It was just a lot of physical pain taking place with the upgrades and all the things taking place with the body. And sometimes it's easy to get the two confused, because you'll experience a spurt of pain and you're like, okay, you know what? Let me just, it's probably, let me just pass it off as upgrades, or my body's changing, something's taking place. I'll allow, quote unquote, the universe to take care of it. I had an episode where this side of my face went numb and my arm went numb in the gym. And I waited about 10 minutes and then it went away. I came home later that night. I had this huge, excruciating pain in my spleen. And I'm literally on the floor, like kind of laying on one side and like, okay, if I lay on this side, it feels good, but everything else is just hurts. So I dealt with that for to the point where I basically vomited. I started vomiting and I couldn't stop because the pain was so strong, and I couldn't hold any water in. Gross story, kind of graphic, but mentally I was like, these are upgrades. My body is changed and I just need to deal with this pain. I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm not going to the emergency room, whatever. I don't care. Let me just deal with this pain. And it hurt. I stayed in that condition for about a good 2.5, 3 days. I handled pain pretty well, so I wasn't tripping. But eventually she said, well, you know what? Hey, look, Commander Ashtar, you need to go to the emergency room. And I kind of was like, all right, well, let's go. And I ended up, being at the emergency room, and I didn't leave the hospital for about 1.5 months, put it that way. Endocarditis, vegetation in my heart went through my blood and kind of went into some arteries. My spleen, one went into the artery leading up to my brain, and basically my body was infected. And that was a horrible experience. But once again, being in the hospital and being around those people and just being there for that long, I realized that I have to work with all aspects of this reality. We have the support of our angelics in all of the realms, but once again, we're here experiencing this construct, and it's not possible for us to ignore aspects of it, because we're here and we've made certain agreements based on our physical limitations to work with it. It's just, of course, some of the things that have to do with this particular reality are assisting us in developing certain disciplines and being open and, practicing a sense of compassion and not necessarily being strong-headed and strong-willed the entire time, like, oh, no, I want this my way. Sometimes it's not going to work out like that. You're going to have to work with the healthcare professionals and some of the things that are allotted to you to help you and assist you with the things that you're doing. Yes, there's upgrades, but at certain points, there's things that you have to embrace, like, opiates and medicine to assist you in dealing with what's going on immediately. And, once again, it was just an aspect of developing that sense of balance. And it was a rough 1.5, 2 months, but at the end, of course, I was okay.
How long ago was that?
That was 2015. Right, well, maybe about 6 months before I came back to Germany. That 6 months, I I had a tube in my arm that kind of ran up into my heart. And I was taking antibiotics every day, and I kind of had a nurse coming to my house to my girlfriend's apartment to check on me and administer the medicine and take shots every day and so on and so forth. And it was, once again, she was she was rather perturbed at me because I was leaving LA, and of course she wanted to be in a relationship with me, but my priority remains here. But once again, I had to, humble myself, because at the end of the day, she, in essence, saved my life. And yeah, once again, just, being open to the people around you who care and love you. Of course, the humility that's necessary to listen sometimes is important. So that was that was that was a lip tucker, if you will. Yeah, you're not coming through, Todd. I can't hear you. Not yet. Yeah. Anyway, once again, in having to work with our experience, it is a truly integrated process. And sometimes we may feel that, as expressed before, the moment we feel as if we got it, it's gone. When we feel as if we have everything figured out and there's nothing else, we just, basically focus on that which we're doing, and there's no one who can tell me what I'm here to do. I'm listening to my intuition. I know from my heart, are you being forceful? These are the times that manifest themselves to assist you in coming back to your center, which is a beautiful place. Once again, the level of love and humility that existed, or that exists within that space, it's gentle, it's delicate, it's forgiving, it's compassion embodied for oneself. And when you reflect upon it, there's many, many situations where these things have manifested themselves and come about. However, within that space of acceptance and receiving is truly a deeper frequency of power. I mentioned it briefly in our seminar that, or the question, do I have the ability to accept assistance from others? And within this patriarchal structure that we exist in, and there's a lot of talk of independence and you can do it, and I'm going to do it on my own, and I don't need nobody, and this, like, there's a lot of that. And in actuality, there's an unhealthy amount of that taking place or being projected, which makes receiving more difficult for those here than actually giving. It makes receiving hard. For a person of this harmonic essence, if you will, makes it extremely hard. I've always been a very, I mean, I worked to, my hands were blue. Sometimes I work and not think about eating or taking care of myself, hygiene, and you have a sense of enthusiasm and desire for things to be the way that you imagine. You can feel it, and you're truly willing to give all your energy and of yourself 24/7 to see these things come into fruition. And of course, with that, there's a deep sense of self-value and pride, if you will, a distorted sense of pride and not being able to receive support. Recently, once again, I've been doing this stuff for about a good 5.5 years constantly, every day. The songs, I mean, we're over close to 1,500 songs written, recorded, and mixed by myself, and of course, on occasions, the other members of the crew. And with that, quite a few different tasks and responsibilities that remain with self. And eventually, as the 2 SoundCloud pages and all this other stuff were starting to shut down, and the bills became less and less, and I kind of on a fixed income, my intent was to do the work that I'm doing with the least amount of assistance possible. My intent is never to ask for anything, because at the end of the day, I feel as if the divine work that we're doing should be self-funded. I will always be provided that what's necessary for me to continue forth. And for the most part, this has worked out quite a bit. And the work that was being done is plentiful and abundant. I've always been able to receive what was necessary. At this point, things have changed a bit. So gracefully and not too frequently, I'll post the PayPal link out there to receive donations. I've never been one to look for money or have expectations of anyone. I'm like, well, if it needs to be done, I will have what I need to do it. And of course, with this construct, it's not been a favorite thing of mine to ask for anything from anyone. I just do the work. And usually I have everything I need to do that work. However, of course, an aspect of this healing process is in the ability to do so necessary, and to a point, I've been guided to share those links and say, hey, no expectations. It's there if one intends or is open to donate to the cause as we keep the platform going. So it's many aspects of our experience that bring about the healing that's necessary for us. Of course, our own harmonic essence and dealing with its own distortions and energetic blockages, if you will, on different levels. However, the truth remains the same. Being open is an expression of wisdom. Trusting your heart and allowing your intuition to guide you to do that which is necessary is absolutely important. And all our reflections beyond the superficial nature of holding on to a sense of pride. I carry myself with a lot of dignity, service. However, of course, within this experience, and even beforehand, I was trained as an infantryman, if you will. Not even if you will, I was trained as an infantryman, and of course I was trained as a healer. So I know when it's time to get dirty, I know how to get dirty. I get dirty with the best of them. and Todd will testify to that as well. When it's time to get dirty, he knows how to get dirty. We both know how to get dirty. But of course, we know when to clean up and take care of business as well. And this is what it's about. It's being able to do this work. When it's necessary and it's presented to us, we know how to work with what is there and is available to us. But of course, we remain focused on the work that needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah, you're still off, T. It's all good. Nope. Still not getting nothing. Hold on. Nope, 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 nope. Hold on 1 second. Nope. Still not getting anything, man. Yep. So if we can, we've run for about a good hour so far. We'll give it one more try and see if he can punch in. However, we've done our discussion for today. I would love to get to any comments and inquiries we have in our comment section. Let's see if I can actually pull that up. Because if I can pull it up, then we can go straight into that. There we go. You're back, man.
Yeah, back. Okay. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, me.
It's all perfect. I was trying to get Melissa in. I think I hit the wire and it went haywire.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, that was a great talk. Let me just say this. You know, to me, I'm listening to you, and I've known you. I've watched you for a long time. Mm-hmm. Very inspiring to me and many other people. And at this point in the game, to hear you say what you're saying, it made me realize that the first three letters of humility are the first three letters of human. And so that's the real thing, man. That's the authentic that you were talking about at the beginning of the show. And
absolutely.
Yeah, just big props to you there.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you.
We're back on now, so you're good.
Cool. Let's rock and roll. Was Melissa able to punch?
Let me see what she says here. She says yeah, she was thinking the same thing I am. She said we can practice this, so she can join in. She's not getting it right now. I'd have to get off the phone and explain it all to her.
Yeah, of course. We can do it another time. So
yeah. That's what I was thinking. We can tighten it up in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
I can do this. We talk about this offline, but I can play a song right now. And then I can pull up the comments after the song, even though I can't put them. Yeah. Is that cool?
All right. That's cool, man. Perfect.
Yeah. Let me put this song on every day. All right.
There we go.
We have for one another has no conditions, no separation, no indifferences. True one another, a steady sense of balance. Path rocky at times, but I got you. Guided by a candlelight, yearning, burning, my twin flame. We are the same. We are one. Oh, how lovely it must be to feel this love surrounding me.
Cool as a little tiger bomb, we in love. The connections of us all keep us warm through the storm. Pretty words through the trigger when the world's master verbs. And the intent is consistent. Listen to the magic kisses and the sonic is elixir and the tonic man. Isn't it ironic how the hologram functions when we stop trying to force it? We stop. Let go and add a D. They be pointing at the stars, not knowing that it's me. It's me. Yo, I sit in stillness and just feel the realness of the infinite. Here at the bus stop, waiting on the 21 to come and take me downtown where the sun don't shine much. So I'm there. Yo, the arrangements of a many good and plenty be the blessings and the lessons of an essence that we listen to. Smooth as a vocal loop accompanied by candles in a living suit. Swimming through emotions, let them spill upon the pages, ink staining on my fingers. Blast back like a liquid contact in the pavement. 40-ounce commemoration for soldiers dedicated to the battle and then left tempt with emotions still stuck within our chest. Ground crew still present and accounted for. Nothing about it, no lie, it make me do some more work. Like grind don't stop. Too heavenly in hell to ever go pop. Trust me, when the environment heaven spot. I know this unfolded. All transitions and transmissions. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Still out here. Swoop the fleet though, every day. The sun come out though. Yeah. Steady. Stellar. More gentle moves here in the heavens, you know what I'm saying? You dig. Trap. Ciao. Love, love, so juice, you know it's on. All the sense, you know, yeah. How we know what was when we rolling, that's so erroneous. If I don't like this master spit, be something serious. We blast out, put it raps out, and they go back down to the stoop. Must have never read it with the fatty. With the fatty Joe, moving through the galaxy galactic. All the graphic, yeah. Remembering how real it gets within this only labyrinth. And recognizing how it's not so real after all after me. At the end, yeah. Really built superior interior. Mysterious what they say when they check it out. Gorilla, we still in the yo. For the children, we wish this is the famous forever. I know so we are. The council, we will be for shizzle. Bigger than a pow. Do you know how you like me now? I'ma make it bounce, baby. Put your top on the ground. Hey, the flow was dope and the colloquially was just all from created and translated for the light coaches to enjoy kids. Just on the gifts, a day with these gifts. A day in this bliss. A day on my ships. A day we go real. A day we go stoop the fleet. A day on the ground. G's all on my chest. Yeah. A day. Yeah. Yo, every day, we rap, yo, every day, yo, every day, yo, every day, yeah.
Nice. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. Welcome back to Let's Build. Of course, this is the portion where we connect with you and get to any inquiries that you may have, any stories that you may have to share within our comments section. Thank you once again. Todd will be reading off any comments and questions that you have. Go ahead, T. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. All right, so we're just going with the flow here.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Yeah, this was okay. Hang on. Yeah, as soon as I get that clearance from the bank and all that, we will upgrade this a little bit. I was just sending Melissa some notes, and she must be 5D'ing with us because she's got the same idea as I do. And I think we can expand this and work with the universe and develop that third energy, fourth energy, fifth energy to bring all this into alignment. And you guys have done the work, so the reciprocation's there. All right, let me go to these messages. There's a lot of them. And I'll make some suggestions with you, Melissa, for next time. And I think with this, we can actually bring in a whole lot more people, and we'll have the questions available like we did when we've done the shows with me and you.
Yep.
Actually be able to put them up and bring in a lot more people and be a lot more fluid. So this is how we learn, like you said. All right. So let's see here now. We got, man, those lyrics, I'm still listening to the lyrics. Okay. Pamela Lou Walters says, can you practice humility, for example, by stepping back?
Absolutely. Just as the example that Mel mentioned in the comments, when people are in a rush doing what they want to do, and we kind of have to coexist around each other harmoniously, you have the ability to step back and take your time. This is humility at its best, allowing and honoring another person's intent to go forth, and recognizing that everything is perfect, and when it's time for you to get there, you'll get there in divine timing, as always. So it's once again, these are practices intuitively indeed.
Got a nice comment from Ingeborg Bang from Norway, the divine goddess. She says, I want to share something maybe different, not so visible for all. I feel a deep humility, humbleness for all those that have taken on a hard role directly in my life. It's not how it looks. It's not an easy role to have. I feel thankfulness and forgiveness in recognizing this play, these shared roles, both for myself and for the ones chosen. These roles in my life, and I take it into my heart and love it, transform it all with time, with growth, with remembering, with experience. Humbleness is like a circle of love integrating all.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Divine. That was beautiful. Big time.
And then she has another comment here. She says, if we look closer into nature, we will understand everything better as the dynamic of all created, shaped in this now and all nows, as a feeling of the blueprint behind the very existence itself, as a love for all, in all, as all.
Beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful observation.
Yeah.
Nature is an amazing example of how things work. And of course, the deeper we look, the more we see things that we can implement in our own way of existence amongst our brothers and sisters.
And then Mel comes in and says a couple of things. She says, like where you're mentioning, Lavelle, about letting others go first off the plane. Allow others to go first while in line. The other day, for example, I just let others go ahead. It's nice to see their smile. There is no rush, no hurry. She says humility, also not having to be right or having the last word.
Absolutely. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great expressions.
Yeah. And Beth Libby says, am I here? Oh, okay. I just saw the question mark now.
Oh, okay.
Am I here? Did I make it? Yeah, you are here. We all made it. Yeah.
Made it.
Yeah. So we got one more just popped in here. I see. I don't know who it is because it's not updated. But this is from someone, maybe Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie Chu.
Because it mentions London. That's why I'm saying that.
Okay.
It says, on my commute on the trains in the city here in London, I give examples of opening hearts and let others go. At times it amuses me of different behaviors, but we grind regardless of others' levels of compassion, unity, love. Pull it back up. I find what you give out, it returns to you, as many men especially let me on trains first. I silently send my blessings to all with my frequency of peace and joy for this new earth.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Carrie.
Yeah, I think that was Carrie. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm working with 5 different things here, but
no, it's good.
But it's working. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that was the last one. That was Carrie. Valerie Ames, Divine Goddess from up north, U.S. That you came in late. We'll have to watch from the beginning. She's a big supporter of you and beautiful Divine
Absolutely.
Goddess.
Thank you for being here, Valerie.
All right, that's all I got now. For now.
Yep. Well, maybe we can play one more track.
Yeah.
And then we don't have any more track, and we'll go ahead and close out the show for today.
All right. Let me find the last one here. Yeah, this is a good one, man. This is the title of. Hey, man, I just got to say, I want to help you guys, and I'm a lyricist, but you're a galactic lyricist. Yeah. And
I'll have a good time.
And the other guys are good too, but yeah, I've been listening to some of your stuff, and it's world class, and I want to help you promote it. This one's called, yeah, brother. This one's called "Easy on Yourself."
Oh yeah, dripping, I'm dripping in blessings.
That's what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? That's quality shit. Hello. Then you should make it easy on yourself. I don't know. Oh, baby. Ain't you sick of giving me your money? Oh, shit. Oh. I know he didn't do it, baby. Where you going? No, I'm about to make these stop bars. What up, man? Everything all right, man? Y'all chilling, man? Everything all right? How you feeling the joint, baby? Make it easy on yourself, huh? Make it easy on yourself. I'm dripping in blessings. Yo. Make it easy on yourself. I'm dripping in blessings. Yo. Make it easy. Yeah. Yo. Look at my thing gon' blaze the show. I'll put you much of the day away. A lightsaber swinging like a local bro. Message for the poster for the photo. I'm flexing. Songs dripping off for the nuggets. I'm dipping, I dip. Some back and kick, play the rappers, elevated masses, elevated traffic, animated, keep us celebrating my shows. They know what you're doing, they're all bigger, shots. Tell them what another most rock dog. I'm hitting the monster like, I'm thinking for the gusto. I'm dripping in blessings. I cannot lie. Drip, rest of the line. You deserve. Almost in my feelings, you feel it. Almost in my feelings, the universe. This is coming through like who you with. Come in and ask the rap serious. I'll get you repping at the project. The law of another umbrella. In the love of the night, in the marlet. In the back, it's just broken your car self. You gon' need you some death for the marathon. To my brother, man, pass the drip upon. The mothership send the chandeliers, every royalty. Baby, get declared, I'ma pay these bills when we play this game in the earth insane we serve. New bag alert for these hoes. Next time we'll be funding tomorrow, bro. If you was second, then check out the essence and belch with the blessing Salami Joe. Now. Yeah. Make it easy on yourself. I'm dripping in blessings. Make it easy on yourself. I'm dripping in blessings. Make it easy on yourself. I'm dripping in blessings. Sky. Chico. Yo.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yo, thank you for holding us down today, Todd. Big time.
I got you, bro. I got you guys. I'm gonna do everything I can to help you. And I think in 2 weeks we'll have a mixer here. So when people call me on the phone, the music won't cut out. Yeah,
it's all good.
So I'm over here just practicing humility. I'm just looking at it like, why'd you call twice, 3 times? I'm thinking, don't you know I broadcast most of the day? Oh well. We'll get it straight though, man. I just had a bunch of stuff come in, and I'm thinking, okay, we can do this, make it real easy for you. All you got to do is be you, and boom, you know.
No
get all the backup you need, all the support you need, and we can coordinate. And I can show the others how to get on, Melissa and some of the others, and you can have them come in for the round table, even if they're not there with you. We can put 3 more on the screen. So, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
It's rock and roll, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to serve with you.
Most definitely, myself as well. I'm truly humbled. Yourself and Melissa and everybody helping with the project and tuning in. It's astounding. Just, I mean, once again, the love that's here, the people, the donations, the information, the energy that's being shared is truly amazing. And well, once again, I'm speechless. Put it that way.
Right on.
True.
Right on.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I see a couple comments.
Let me see.
On my end from Stefan, Carrie, Ingbar, and that's it.
I can double check. Let's see.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, just a lot of positive comments.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Just a lot of positive comments.
Definitely. So I'll go ahead and close it out then. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, humility. It is an essence that an adhesive essence that combines and holds all of the principles of this grounding work that we do together. The egolessness being another synonym, the modesty being another synonym of humility itself. It's very elusive. Of course, the embodiment of humility remains within the frequency of gratitude. The more grateful you can be for life, the reverence and wonder and recognizing all being within you. Of course, yes, you are God. However, you're here experiencing yourself and, of course, who you are in all aspects of yourself within this hologram are beyond astounding. The depth of beauty and wonder and intelligence all around you is to be recognized from a place of gratitude, where this is the manifestation of humility. Just when you think you know it, it's gone. Being open and receptive. That openness and receptivity leads into the balance, which births the action, the intellectual directness and confidence that is our expression and harnessing the creativity, the beauty, the wonder that is who we are as a creator. And of course, the foundation of that remains within that frequency, the recognition of humility itself. Thank you for being here. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't be more grateful for your presence here on Earth, and who we are of the angelic realms, the Galactic Council of the Galactic Federation of Light. Once again, thank you so very much, Todd, and Soulology One Studios. Thank you so very much, Melissa, and all the work that you do out in Dubai. We truly love you. We truly love you all. He being here on the ground once again. Big shout out to Cassandra and Jamie. Happy birthday. If I missed anyone, once again, you are not forgotten. We recognize who you are and we love you beyond our capacity to express this. So continue to serve. You do the work that will be recognized for eternity. And of course, this in itself allows us to embrace that humility and knowing that we have been chosen to be here as an expression of the one. We love you always and who I am as your commander, Ashtar. Thank you.